Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be doing my top 5 favourite Disney movies. But before I start this video I'm just going to tell you a little bit more about what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to do obviously my top 5 favourite Disney movies and more about them if you didn't know what they're about, and some of the characters and actors that are inside these movies. So yeah, let's get on with the video. Let's go. So my first favourite ever Disney movie, in my opinion, is the new release of Maleficent. Maleficent came out last year on DVD, and it's basically the opposite of Sleeping Beauty. So Sleeping Beauty is obviously about this girl who was young, who was obviously a baby, and Maleficent, who was this evil bad person, put enchantment on her, which was on her 16th birthday she must prick a finger of the spindle wheel and fall into a deep sleep which can only be awoken by true love's first kiss, and obviously that would include Prince Charming. And it often seemed Maleficent as a bad person, so they switched it around and doing Maleficent point of it, of how she thought about it, and she falls in love with her and becomes like a mother. She's as good as a mother. And yeah, it's a lovely film. It's really nice. I've watched it 4 times, cried 4 times. It's a lovely film. I definitely recommend it, as well as all the other films that I'm going to be announcing in this film. So yeah, that's my first top 5 favourite Disney film. My second favourite Disney film is Lilo and Stitch, or Lilo and Stitch, however you want to call it. I've heard there's a sequel to this, and there's 2 or 3 after it. If you know if that's true, please comment below. But I've only watched the first film, and it's only been recently, it's been this year. And it's about this girl called Lilo, and she lives with her sister, and she's quite misbehaved. So she wants her sister to get a pet dog to occupy her and make her less naughty and bad behaved, so she's got someone to play with. So obviously the sister is a lot older, like in her 20s, 30s, and doesn't really want to play with her as much as she would do if she was obviously a dog. So they went to the pet store and she saw Stitch. Now Stitch isn't a dog. He's a creature made by a scientist in the alien world, and he jumped into a teleport thing and went to the human world. But the aliens, he's built to kill people like aliens, and is a very harmful creature, and they're trying to kill him, but he transports into a human world, and if he's with Lilo, he won't be killed because they obviously don't want to hurt her, and because the aliens, they don't want to be seen with humans. So yeah, it's a cartoon animated film, and yeah, it's a very good film. I love it. It's actually quite heartwarming. There's a quote in it called Ohana. Ohana means family. Family means no one gets hurt or left behind. So yeah, it's a very good film. Definitely recommend it once again, and that is my second favourite Disney movie. My third favourite Disney movie has got to be, for me, Ratatouille. Ratatouille is another animated film as well as Lilo and Stitch, and it's been out for quite a long time now, and it's about this rat called Remy. He lives with, obviously he's a rat, he lives with his family and is to be told not to be with humans. So what does he do? He bees with humans, but to start off, rats normally walk on 4 paws, but he doesn't. He acts like a human. He walks on 2 paws, obviously talks, and yeah, he has a passion in cooking. He gets into all sorts of mischief, and his top cooking chef idol is Gusteau. Gusteau has his own restaurant with 5 stars, and yeah, by the end of it he turns into a top chef and runs his own restaurant by the end of it called Ratatouille. And yeah, it's a very good film. Obviously it's a bit of love as well, because Gusteau's son is the main part in it, as well as Remy, and he obviously the humans don't want to see a rat in the kitchen, because obviously chefs won't want that in the kitchen, a rat eating all the food and harming it. But Gusteau's son has him in his chef hat, and he has it on top, and he pulls Gusteau's son's hair to control his body, and he controls how to get the food and cook and stuff. So yeah, it's a really clever film, and I definitely recommend it. And yeah, that's my third favourite Disney film ever. My fourth favourite Disney film has obviously got to be Monsters Inc. Monsters Inc. Has a sequel onto it. It's Monsters Inc. and the new release, which was released I think last year or the year before, called Monsters University. So obviously animated, 3 of my top 5 are animated, and it's about these, based on these characters, 2 monsters called James P. Sullivan and Mike Wazowski. They're funny creatures, and in the monster world they work in obviously Monsters Inc. and the main job is to go indoors of children's bedrooms and try and make them scream, and don't let them wake up because they don't want to see you, and make them scream. And they have a vault, like a big tank of scream. It's a screamo meter, and that runs their energy in their city and monster country, as you like to call it. And yeah, it's a really funny and cool film, and this girl becomes friends with them, and the best pals. They have enemies, they have evils, and also, even in an animated film, they have love, they have monster love. And yeah, it's a really good film. Obviously recommend it again. It's been out for a while, so you've probably all watched it by now, and you're thinking I'm ridiculous bringing it all back up, but that is my 4 out of 5 favourite Disney film. And yeah, I haven't watched Monsters University, and I'll be definitely getting it soon, as well as Frozen, because a lot of my friends at school absolutely love it and said it's one of the best Disney films. Apparently it's like I've heard it's like a musical sort of thing, and yeah, it does look very good and funny and good for the family. So I'll definitely be buying soon Monsters University and Frozen, because all of you recommended to me. And yeah, I need to get into the Disney game, because I haven't been watching, apart from Lilo and Stitch, I haven't been watching much Disney films lately. So yeah, I definitely need to get into that. So yeah. And by the way, you might be thinking I'm ridiculous saying my top 5 Disney movies, because like, oh, that's babyish, oh, that's rubbish, why would she even do that? She's 13 years old and she's still on about Disney movies. But you are never too old for Disney. That is quoted by Disneyland. So yeah, that is my 4th. Anyway, Monsters Inc. is my 4th favourite Disney film. And my last, but definitely not least, favourite Disney film is Toy Story. Toy Story has 3 sequels to it. Watched all 3, Toy Story 1, Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3. And in the sequels, I think it gets more evil and more grown up, because I cried on the 3rd one. Because this, I'm not going to ruin for it all if you haven't watched the 3rd one, but this cuddly teddy bear, they go to like a nursery school and become toys for that, and they just get wrecked. And yeah, it made me cry, because this purple bear, whatever its name is, he was nice and furry and cuddly at first, and then he turns evil and horrible and mean. So yeah, that is Toy Story 3. But Toy Story altogether is a great animated film. All 4 of them, can I just say, is animated, but they're absolutely amazing. And yeah, Toy Story has actually grown so much through the years. Like, it was obviously, I think it was created before I was even born. It's now when I'm a lot older. So yeah, Toy Story is a very good film. Starts off with these toys you could talk with Buzz Lightyear. And this is a fact, this is H-Life fact. Buzz Lightyear, you may wonder how did you get his name from. But yeah, the reason for his name Buzz is because you all know, unless you don't, Neil Armstrong was the first man on the moon, and obviously he didn't drive the rocket, so he obviously had to have a pilot, and the pilot was called Buzz. So he was the second man on the moon, because obviously he was the pilot, and Neil Armstrong was the first, and that's why they came up with Buzz Lightyear, because he was the second man on the moon. So that was a little fact for you all. And yeah, Toy Story is my fifth and final, in my opinion, best ever Disney films. So yeah. So I hope you all liked this video. If you did, as ever, would be so helpful if you give this video a massive thumbs up and become a H-Lifer, and subscribe if you haven't already in the big red button. And yeah, stay in tuned for another video, and I'm sure it's obviously going to be good, and I think it may be a little bit about the GoPro, and the later ones will obviously be about the GoPro. And I'm going to do also a little vlog about when I'm getting my GoPro camera and accessories and stuff, so you'll be able to see all the behind the scenes about that. And I'm also getting 2 bobble hats soon for holiday. One's a red one and one's a black and white starter one. So yeah, that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week for another HLF1 video. So yeah, love your family, friends and future. Hannah out.